Live from the WCTV studios, this is Eyewitness News at 6.
Well, still to come tonight at 6, an in-depth look at the debate over medical marijuana, an issue you'll be deciding next Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to look at both sides of that controversial Amendment 2 when we come back. Right now, we want to check in with meteorologist Mike McCall. Hi, Mike. When Floridians visit the polls next Tuesday, they're going to be voting on Amendment 2.
If the amendment is passed, Florida would become the first southern state to legalize medical marijuana. Eyewitness News reporter Kevin Clark gives us a preview on the hot-button issue.
I love my baby boy.
In 2010, on her 54th birthday, Marty Monroe was diagnosed with breast cancer.
I had a very aggressive form of cancer. I went through 3 or 4 months of brutal chemo.
Marty's mother says watching her daughter go through so much pain was difficult.
She was so weak, and we had to talk about the steps of how to step and what to do to ease the pain as I eased her into the tub.
Marty says she started researching ways to ease her pain. One remedy that kept popping up was marijuana. Marijuana was Marty's saving grace, helping to increase her appetite and manage her pain. And she's not the only one who thinks the drug is effective. Supporters of medical marijuana came together to put Amendment 2 on this year's ballot. The amendment would allow the medical use of marijuana to patients with debilitating diseases as determined by a licensed Florida doctor.
To be a registered nurse, they don't have to be.
Some law enforcement groups like the Florida Sheriff's Association disagree. They say after a doctor writes the prescription, the drug could easily end up in the wrong hands.
We're the ones that have to handle the kids at the emergency room, the infants and such as that accidentally end up with this. And it's not a harmless little drug.
The amendment says the Department of Health would register and regulate centers that produce and distribute marijuana and would issue ID cards. Steve Janjic is the CEO of Amercanex, which offers a fully electronic marketplace for cannabis. He says this format is exactly what's needed to regulate the industry.
We could literally follow that transaction from the minute it grows all the way till it's sold to the consumer. So ultimately giving the regulatory agencies across the country the ability to track all of these transactions and make sure that they get all the revenue due.
In order for Amendment 2 to be added to the state's constitution, it would need support from 60% of voters. Kevin Clark, WCTV, Eyewitness News.
Recent polling shows the vote on Amendment 2 expected to be very close.
A lot of close races, it looks like, coming up next Tuesday, and we hope you'll get all your elections.